Greetings, Tsunami players. Today I want to talk a little bit about goal kicks and even other releases from the goalkeeper. One of the most dangerous situations that we typically face, and we see this in all kinds of youth soccer teams at every level, is a goal kick. The problem is that when we have a goal kick, the typical good team will actually try to jump that goal kick. They'll stack their defense, they'll mark up every player, and they'll basically put the pressure on the keeper or whoever else is taking the goal kick to get that ball over the first line of defense into an area that's not going to be extremely dangerous for us. So what I want to add to this picture then is some pre-scripted motion. I think that typically when you see this happen in a game, everybody's marked up, the pressure's on the keeper to execute this perfect goal kick. And everybody's watching. Everybody on the sideline, all the offensive players and defensive players is basically sitting around and ball watching. Now, if we have a plan for how to deal with this, then I think it'll make things a lot more complicated for the defenders. So let's go ahead and set this to motion, and we can see what I'm talking about. Whoa! Now that looks pretty complicated. Basically, there's all kinds of motion going on here, and how are we possibly ever going to be able to execute this where so many different players have to know exactly what to do at exactly the right time? Well, I would say that we could execute a goal kick in a similar way that we do a corner kick, where the kicker actually raises their hand as a cue to the rest of the team. And I think if the rest of the team knows exactly what they need to do, then the motion won't seem so complicated after all. So this pattern that I put up here is essentially pretty simple. The two central defenders are initially lined up at the front of the penalty area. And the outside defenders, left and right outside defenders, are lined up in their normal, usual position towards the outside sideline. And then we have the midfielders, the wingers, lined up on the outside, and then the central midfielders in their trademark triangle. That's basically how they're arranged, and that's a pretty typical setup for us. So the motion pattern is basically that the central defenders are just going to run around the corner of the box. They're basically going to present themselves as a safety outlet for an easy goal kick if there's nowhere else to put the ball, and that'll be on both sides of the penalty area. The midfield winger and the outside defender are going to do nothing more than switch positions. The outside defender is going to make a run forward, and the midfield winger is going to make a run back. They're going to cross, and hopefully they're going to lose or confuse their defenders. So both sides are going to do the same general pattern, switching positions. And then the central midfielders are going to do nothing more than a little rotation. So in this case, they're going generally in a clockwise rotation. Each player is, once they see the cue from the keeper or from whoever's taking the kick, they're going to go into a pre-scripted rotation. In this case, it's clockwise. So all three players are going to move a little bit around in a circle. They're going to hook their runs. They're going to try to fake out their defenders. They're going to try to essentially make a little bit of a cut in there. But in general, they're just rotating that triangle around slightly. So let's play that again, and maybe it won't look as complicated as it did before. Let's watch this. That's it. That's it. And I think we can practice that and execute that fairly easily, and I think it should create a little confusion with the defenders. Now, the other thing is that the person that's taking the goal kick needs to initially initiate that motion. They're gonna raise their hand, or they're gonna make some kind of a motion that's going to initiate that motion. But then what they need to do is watch that motion and watch the field, see how the defenders are reacting, and then take their goal kick. The goal kick can be, once again, it can be over the top, which is typically what we try to do, but you may end up with a very easy pass to the outside. You may end up with a very easy pass to the midfielder up the middle. But the key is it's waiting to see how the defense reacts to this motion. So let's play it one more time. And boom, there would be the goal kick at that point. We'll try that on Friday night this week. Talk to you later.